Yo, what's good, my people? I really hope everyone's well. I'm your host, Example the God, back with another little episode of this From the Soul show that I'm doing. If it's your first time tuning in, it's basically a little show I'm doing just to help people get to know me better, I guess, and also just to connect with the people, you know. I feel like sometimes just posting videos of me making music and, you know, showing my beats and stuff, sometimes I feel it can be a bit impersonal. And, you know, my goal of this movement is to connect with people and create community. And I feel I can't do that without just sitting here and spitting my truth every now and then, you know. So, yeah, we out here. Like I said, I really hope everyone's doing well. I feel there's a crazy energy in the universe right now, especially after Christmas and New Year's. I find it really interesting, just how I just feel such a high energy on Christmas, and I think it's because everyone is there. Obviously not everyone, but the majority of people in the world are there believing in the same thing and all performing this kind of ritual, I guess, of, you know, giving gifts and seeing family and all that. And I think it's really interesting just how it's like there's something in the air on Christmas, you know what I'm saying? I'm interested to hear if any of you agree with me. Life has been amazing recently, you know, even since I jumped on the podcast last, you know, that was kind of the beginning of me just finding myself again, you know, and just, you know, truly embodying who I am. Ever since these health problems I had, I just realised that, like I mentioned in the last episode, I kind of forgot who I was, you know, and I've just been rediscovering that power of the mind and just really, truly seeing the fruits of my good thinking and just not just positive outlook on life, but my I've been seeing the fruits of my resilience, you know what I'm saying? I've really, you know, lots of obstacles have come up in my life, and, you know, I just refuse to let anything keep me down. For a little while I was just a bit defeated, like I said, it's because I just forgot who I was. I forgot my purpose, and I forgot that nothing can stop me, you know what I'm saying? Like, fuck any bad energy trying to bring me down, any circumstance. Like, I know it's all a test, and I know that God is on my side and the universe is on my side, so what is there to worry about, you know what I'm saying? The universe has really come through recently, just in terms of opportunities that have arose in this music thing. I just got back from Leeds, which is a place like quite far up north from where I live. I got like a 9-hour coach up there to see my fucking main man Nathaniel, switched on. Like, this guy is crazy on the keys, you know what I'm saying? He's a wizard. And we had some fucking fun up there, just making craziest music ever. We got his little album coming called The True Man Show, where it's just like, no one's ever made music like this before. I won't even front. It's jazz and hip hop mixed together, but not like someone that's making hip hop sampling jazz. It's like we've fucking made the most beautiful synergy of these genres, and I know you people's gonna fuck with it. But while I was down in Leeds, you know, I've had this vision for a long time of making jazz music, just straight jazz, and me and Nathaniel had this idea of this jazz collective, like Nefarious Large, and we manifested that shit, yo. Ran into this really great guy called Danny, and he is fucking wizard on the drums, yo. I couldn't even believe it. That shit gets me hyped, you know what I'm saying? When someone pulls out the brushes and starts doing all that shit on the snares, I'm like, bro, I love that shit. Basically we did a little demo, a little jam on some Nefarious Large shit, like on some jazz tip. And basically, it was my first time ever even like touching a bass guitar. I'll be real, you know, I've played the guitar for quite a long time, not religiously, but So I feel comfortable with a guitar, and obviously, you know, if you listen to my beats, you know I got the funkiest bass lines in the land. But that's all on the machine and on the keys. But I just, you know, I've got all these bass lines in my head. I just need to get comfortable with actually, you know, the bass guitar itself. And I've realised when it comes to instruments, where I've kind of done this whole thing backwards of, you know, I don't know any theory or anything like that, but I know, you know, if you play something, I can play in key with it, and I can create melodies, I can compose songs, but I can't tell you what key I composed the song in, you know what I'm saying? But where I've kind of done it backwards like that, I can play an instrument as long as I can look at it and say, right, when I play this, no, this is what it's going to sound like. Because all the patterns and noises are in my head. And now it's really interesting. I love just getting out of my comfort zone. Because, you know, my mission is to be the greatest musician of all time. And I can't do that if I stay up here in the attic, in my studio, just doing what I do. You know, I have to get out there and put myself in situations where I'm not the most comfortable person in the room, and I'm not in my element necessarily. You know, I want to be in my element everywhere I'm at, you know. And that's what I loved about getting the chance to be in this environment of being in bigger studio spaces, big mixing boards and wall outlets for you know, the instruments and synths and all that. Excuse me. Because that's what I'm trying to learn. You know, I haven't really had the opportunity to be in a studio space like that, or I haven't even had the opportunity to jam with people like that, you know. And I have all these ideas in my mind of kind of, you know, different jazz music and jazz funk and you know, all different types of music I want to make, but I just haven't really had the facilities to do it, you know. Like and it's just amazing to. And this is what I love about being a producer and having that producer mind. Like, I love getting around lots of people that all have different skills, and, you know, using my mind to bring people together. And, you know, it's just really interesting, you know, just being able to link up with other people that share this passion for music, and especially for shit like jazz and hip hop, because where I live here, no one, like, hip hop don't exist around here, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've met probably 2 or 3 people in person that I would say fuck with the hip hop on the level that I do, and they don't live here, you know. They live up in London and Reading and places. So you know, this small town I live in, underground music just don't, you know, there is no scene, there is no like I said, there is no music scene here, you know what I'm saying? Like, it extends to people playing rock music in a pub or indie music, and that's about it, you know. So it's definitely, I always jump at the opportunity to travel and just to meet other people that, yeah, just love that underground, soulful, raw, just funky music that is my life, you know. Yeah, it's great. I love this shit. Like, I'm so blessed to be on this path. I got the chance while I was in Leeds to use this synth called the Jupiter 50. It's like this old Roland joint. I think it's like late 80s, early 90s. I might be wrong. Like when it was made. And this is what I'm telling you about this manifesting shit and this universe shit. Like, it's real, yo, and I'm experiencing it every day. Because we got to use this synth. One now would cost about £1,000, which is that's about, I don't know, I guess like $1,200, $1,300 US dollars. And basically, yeah, we got the chance to use this synth. We used it a couple times in these studios, just making sample packs and all that. And me and Nathaniel was like, yo, we need this synth. Like, it's exactly what I've been looking for, in terms of, it makes really great, like, synthy sounds that I can use in my house music and more electronic shit, but it also has vibraphone sounds, and the keys on there sound amazing. You know, like, so some of you might have heard of this synth before, or just any of them Roland joints, but basically, right, I manifested getting one. Like, I found one on this Facebook marketplace for like £600, and it just popped up. It's like when I got my machine Mark III. My Mark II was kind of breaking down, like the pads were stopping working, and it was just bugging out. And then I go on this Facebook marketplace, and normally the machine Mark III second hand is like cheapest I've seen it is £300. Normally 350, 400, and I managed to get that shit for £200. You know what I'm saying? It's like, universe shit, yo. Like, if you just follow your path and inject your passion and emotions into a particular thought or desire you have, you can do anything. You can manifest anything in this life. I truly believe that. But I've been making the craziest hip hop recently. I've really gotten back into this same zone that I was in when my music path first kind of blew up onto this crazy trajectory, onto this path where it was basically in lockdown when all that happened in 2019. I got my first machine, which is the Mark III Micro, the little one, and I was making like 5 beats a day. Some nights I'd make 20 beats, 27 beats in one night. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was fucking just a monster with it. Because that's all I'd do. I'd just get up in the morning and just make beats. I sampled this little quote from Madlib on my newest album that's coming out, where he says, the interviewer asks him how much time he spends in the studio, and he says like 80%. He's like 100%. Nah, 80% of my life in the studio, 9 a.m. till 9 a.m, like 24 hours. I was like, bro, I feel that on a deep level, man. That's what I strive towards, because I love that shit. Like, just sitting there, because you know what, like right now I feel like the David Goggins of hip hop, if you know what I'm saying. Like, I'll be sat there, about 10 beats deep and getting kind of tired, but it's like, nah, bro, who's gonna carry them fucking boats and the logs? You know what I'm saying? It's like, who's gonna sequence them fucking drums and the snares? Yeah, like, we're out here, and that's the thing. It's like running, where when you push past where you think is your finishing point, where you're at your max. When you push past that, that's when you see the most improvement, and you gain the most like satisfying feelings. And it's the same with beats. Like, when you think you're done and you're about to go to bed, you're like, fuck it, I'm gonna cook up one more joint, like, I'm gonna get this last beat done. That beat is always the best one, and you're like, damn, what if I went to bed and that beat was never made? And that's what keeps me up at night. But like, I've just been really back in this zone of doing my 5 a day with the beats, and just really reconnecting with my passion and what I love, which is just cooking up that raw fucking hip hop. And I've been on the jazz tip quite a bit recently. I haven't been on the house music as much, because I've got this alter ego with my fucking brother Harv, like, called Mad Funk. And I love making house music, but recently I've just been really just back on this hip hop vibe, because there was a period where I mostly made house music, but I've just really been back on, because hip hop, that is my life, and that is my one love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never lose touch with hip hop. I'll never stop making it. But there was points where I was only making 1 beat a day. Some days I wouldn't even make a beat. But now I'm back on this like 5 a day shit, and because more universe shit, right? Where I found that quite a few months back, I was spending all my time making content and networking and going out and about performing, that I wasn't really making many beats myself. Like, I was making beats with other people and going and cooking up with them and networking, but I wasn't in my lab by myself cooking up. And that's what grounds me, and I realized that's what gives me life, and that's what gives me just the courage to push through. And I don't know, like I said, it's what gives me life, you know what I'm saying? Just making these beats and putting my soul into my creations and to just the funky beats. But in the past month or two, I've just had an influx of just different artists that I'm working with and making projects, and different people trying to cop beats. And so I've kind of been put in a position where it's actually fruitful for my business and from my brand and movement to be making beats all day, you know. And I really think that is God, and that's the universe like answering my prayers of like, you know, please, I just want to sit here and make beats all day. And yeah, it's just great. It's great just to be back on this path, because, you know, I'm at a funny place now with the beats where, like, being completely honest, like, every beat I cook up, I would be happy to sell to someone. I'd be happy to release. Like, I think almost every beat, 90% of the beats I cook up are cold. You know what I'm saying? Like, every now and then I'll make one, I'm like, nah, I don't even know, it ain't it. But then someone else, I'll show it to them and they'll fuck with it, you know? I just feel like, you know, and I bet there's people that can relate to this, where, like, if you truly dedicate your life to something and this is what you do, this is your thing, like, I feel like you can have that confidence of everything I make is, and everything I touch is just has a magic to it. But I've found I'm at this point where, you know, every beat I make, I'm happy with, but every now and then I just make a beat, I'm like, bro, what the fuck have you done? You know what I'm saying? And like, that's what I'm chasing now, where, you know, like, I'll make 5 or 10 beats in a night, and maybe like 3 of them, you know, they're all crazy, but 2 or 3 of them I'll be like, bro, like, this is a classic, man. Like, this is what I've been trying to make my whole life. And you know, that's what just gives me so much like joy and just peace in my soul with life at the minute and forever for the rest of my life, is that the music I'm making now, that's the shit that I've always wanted to make since I got onto this hip-hop when I was fucking 10 years old, 9 years old, you know what I'm saying? Like, the shit I've been making now is just, when I heard Jay Dilla, when I heard Pete Rock, Primo, Ninth Wonder, and I was like, bro, how did they get it to sound like that? How did they get the drums to slap like that? How did they get the sample to sing like that? Now I'm like, oh, that's just the SP filter. Oh, that's just, you know, the compressor on these drums. And, you know, like, I'm just making this music that I can truly say I'm proud of, and that it's not even about that, though. It's not even about pride. It's about, like, I'm making music that I can listen to, and I'm like, bro, this is one of the best beats I ever heard in my life, and I don't care if anyone else agrees with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's what it's all about, just that love for what you're creating and that energy. It's magical, yo. It's fucking what I live for. It's amazing. And yeah, I just wanted to say thank you as well for all the support on these YouTube videos I've been doing, cooking up beats, and you know, this like little in the lab thing I've been doing. You know, I've only done like 2 episodes of that, but I've got big plans for this channel. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's watched the videos, and you know, all my new videos have been doing way better than my last ones. And I think it's just because what I've realised about this whole social media and YouTube and everything, sorry, one sec, is that what I've realised about this social media and everything is all about your energy. You know, if I approach making a piece of content with the attitude of, oh, I'm doing this, this is work, like, I don't really want to be doing this, but I've got to do it to push the movement and stuff, the content doesn't do as well, you know, it isn't received as well. Whereas if I make a video with in my creative mind, and if I put my passion into the video, and if I take my time with the piece of content to the point that I'm like, yo, I would love to watch this, that's when my videos do well, even without me really pushing it that hard, you know, and getting on the Instagram and be like, yo, check out my new YouTube video. Like, I ain't really been doing that as much as I did before, but the content's been doing better, you know. And I think yeah, I definitely think there's some kind of like universal energy, you know, your energy impacts how, you know, your content is received, and not only that, but who actually sees it, you know. It's you know, you can disagree with me, you know, it's definitely not not a science, but I just find it really interesting, the patterns that I see when I'm kind of you know, putting out different things on my movement. But yeah, I'll just, you know, it's just a quick one really, just to, you know, share this energy with you. Like, life is just amazing at the minute, and it's really interesting. All my friends and people close to me have been feeling the same. So you know, I really hope all you people out there, you know, have had that as well, and I really hope everyone is just at a place in their life where you can just be at peace. Not necessarily, I don't think peace means there's no troubles in your life or there's no toil or anything. I think I just mean in terms of just loving yourself, and having, I really hope everyone out there has something that they're passionate about and that gives them life, because I really think without this music, I don't know where I'd be at, especially in terms of my health problems and stuff like that. Without everyone I've connected with in this music, and without this new lease on life that this music has given me, I really don't think I would have had the courage and the drive to push through, the obstacles that life threw at me. But yeah, I feel that's a good note to end on. Much love to everyone out there. Like I said, I'm going to be smashing out the content and just pushing this movement to the next level. It's time for this not to be just some small thing anymore. Like, we're about to take over the underground, my friends. I'm making major moves, and it's finally time to show you what I'm doing. But much love, my people. Take care of yourselves. Peace and love, y'all.